What is up, party people? Super excited to be here today. It is 9:28 on a Thursday. We have literally 1 minute before market opens. Luckily, hopefully, that's the end of all of our microphone issues. My beautiful, loving wife just gifted me and surprised me with this beautiful little microphone here. So hopefully everything's coming nice and crisp and clear, and we can just rock and roll from now on. So talking about this silly little market here, man, we had a real good dip buy opportunity actually, and I snagged a little bit of it in the pre-market session here. We came down, well, first off, let's back up a little bit. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. So of course this is our 1 hour that we're looking at right now. This was yesterday, and of course we had that kaboom from Microsoft. It ripped all the way back up, and then we've been kind of chopping ever since, until finally this morning we just rocket shipped above, broke through all of our Asian sessions, and already broke our London high as well. And here we go, 9:30 market opens. I'm just gonna, take it a little bit easy here. Like I said, I already kind of got part of the move I wanted here. We got 40 points in this guy. 37 points. That's not bad. Not a bad start to the day. Little 37 pointer right there. So ripped all the way up. We're going to try to work off the 5-minute chart today as well. I think that's going to help slow me down just a little bit. Make sure that I kind of stay in the trades a little bit longer for the good ones. And again, just kind of helps with my entry point as well, which we're getting pretty close to what would potentially be the sweet zone here. Of course, we don't want to jump into anything early. We're still just in our first 1 minute of market being open, but at the moment, that's kind of what we wanted to see. We popped above, we came back down. We're basically retesting that breakout point. We do have our London lows down here. What is it, 602? 602 basically. Give it 1 sec to get our chat up. Hey, what's up, Brian? How we doing, bud? See if we can't make a little money today. All right, move that over there. All right, let's stinking see. So again, trying to be a little bit patient today. Got to be a little bit patient today. I really want to get some just nice and juicy setups. And again, working off the 5-minute instead of the 1 minute, which I've honestly never done. I usually have the 5-minute up to kind of help me with overall market bias direction. But I've never traded just purely off of the 5-minute. Which right now we are sinking like a rock. So down to 640 already. Again, keeping in mind London lows were, 602. Or kind of our early pre-market session. I mean, what was that? Yeah, that was about 3 o'clock. Otherwise, 845, our low is 618. So maybe a sweep of the 618s as well. Personally, I'm pretty bullish on the day still, especially after this nice little reaction here. I want confirmation, I guess, that we're going to start going back up before just jumping in blindly here, but I gotta admit, I am kind of tempted. Overall price target would be, we have a pivot point way the hell up at 860. But looking at the 1 hour, and sorry, this is kind of zoomed in, so a little messy looking. This is us right now, the green line. We came up and tapped 737 on that little pre-market pop. So I guess I would say our next resistance point really is this 828, 830. Have a little bit of a shelf at the 800s. So that would be kind of our overall target for the longs today, would be popping up somewhere in the 8s. You don't really want to go long into an hourly candle that looks like this, though. I mean, that's just pre-market, craziness there, but let's go, Miguel. Let's go. How are we sounding today, guys? Hopefully the new microphone is making us sound nice, crisp, and clear. We don't have all that stinking echoing and everything else that we were dealing with. All right, so just took out that London low. We just swept that 25,600. So we just got to wait and see. Personally, again, I really don't want to take, as we're sinking, as we just sank 100 points, but I really don't want to take any shorts today. I'm a little bit more, not that you should be biased on the day, but I'm a little bit more bull biased. So we got to see. Man, ripped right down, though. That's actually a little bit insane. I wasn't expecting something like that. What a reaction. All the way down to the 570s. Good grief. So again, looking at the 1 hour, a potential bounce, maybe 560s, which we're literally at right now. 560 for a bounce zone. If we lose 560, obviously 522, or end all be all, we should have some good resistance at the 500s here. But my goodness, what a sell-off, 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 sell-off. So we have our 5-minute range now. We're at the bottom of it. Had a real crazy reaction off 550. We're already back up to the 600s. 50-point ripper right there. A little bit volatile. Man, trying to see. Let's see if it rejects kind of 600, rejects 616, 618. If it breaks 620, ooh, I'm almost tempted. If it breaks 620, I'm definitely tempted to jump into the long sooner than later. But trying to be patient, because obviously we've been selling off for the last 6 minutes. Market open, we've been selling off. So I don't want to jump into anything early. Alright, so here's our 620 break. And then 660 would be our next. Shoot. $636 is still pushing. Everybody else is still pushing. I'm definitely long biased on the day, but your stop would have to be down at like the 567 at the moment. How many times? Still have 50 seconds left in this candle. Are we hitting the 800s maybe? That's what I'm thinking, man. I'm really bullish on the day, if I'm being honest. Really bullish. That's what I was saying looking at the 1 hour. So again, sorry for the zoom in, but my end all be all would be 830, right? Or at least 800. That's why I'm really, again, trying not to let bias lead my trades here, but I'm definitely bullish leaning. I almost jumped in the trade there at 630 though, you know. Again, though, almost tempted to do it now. I might take 2 right here. Because we're almost to the bottom. Wait. Ah, shit. Yeah. I thought I was looking at the 5-minute up here. I thought we were almost to the bottom of this 5-minute candle. This is my 1-minute chart. So jumping in a little early here, guys. But still, pretty bullish on the day. Let's see if we can't come up and take these out. I mean, right now this is a 100-point target anyways. Definitely just a little early, though. Yeah, I know. Even though we're building the bear flag, I know. And again, that's what I was saying. I shouldn't let my bias dictate my trades, and that's literally what I'm doing right now. Is I'm letting my bias dictate the trade. But I don't know. I just feel bullish. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Let's see. I mean, I'll keep it on the 5 minute. Let's see. I might move the stop to like 643 once we get up there. Try to target that just in case we have some VWAP silliness. And again, hopefully we actually round up and start going up instead of curling down. Who the heck knows? Just kind of dancing around at the moment. What does this look like on the 1 minute? Yeah, just a little bit of chop there. Gonna start trailing one stop here. Alright, so we took one off the table at 20 points. We got 23 points on that one. Not atrocious. I do gotta switch back to the 5 though. Look at that. The 1 minute gets me a little bit too excited. Gets me way too excited. Though again, silly to lose the whole move. Let's put it to break even. We're gonna put it right to break even, which is at the bottom of that candle, so it makes you feel good. Put that one to break even. I'm gonna keep my target up here at 708. It's 9:40, so we still unfortunately have 4 minutes left of this candle. Come on, Miguel. Let's do it, buddy. Look at that. How are those claps with this new microphone? Are the claps too loud? Too good? Oh, man. I just want to see this rocket ship and not come down. We're doing okay on the day. We're up 163 on the day so far. 10 minutes in. I don't know. Got to do a little bit better. Got to do a little bit better than that. But we're still learning, chat. We're still learning. What up, Charles? Any updates on new indicators? Dude, oh man, I did get stopped out there. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Yeah, I guess I should have taken it for a little bit of profit. I don't know. We got 23, something like that. 23 points on this guy, but stopped out at 0. So up 130 on the day now. Charles, man, I saw the funniest stinking reel last night too, actually, that made me think of you. There was this kid that was talking about, it's just a quick little 10-second reel or something like that. And the kid looking at his chart and everything, and he's like, this is why I felt really confident about this move, because it hit my 1/16th line, then did this, and this, and this. But literally the screen, you cannot see anything. He put probably like 100 indicators on the screen. The entire thing looked like a Christmas tree. You could just barely make out the candles in between all of the lines. Like he probably put, I don't even know how long this took, but he probably put like 3,000 EMA lines on it, like the 1 EMA, a 2 EMA, a 3 EMA, a 4 EMA. It was insane, man. So I was dying. I was like, see, there you go. More indicators, more monies. Alright, let's switch out. Alright, well, we've been patient so far. We've done good so far. What is our win rate so far? 66% actually. Well, because I just got stopped out because I've only made 2 trades and I got stopped out at even. Yeah, for that one. That makes sense. Yeah, now we're forming a big old bear flag on the 5 minute, but I don't know. I decided today I'm honestly not targeting any shorts at all. Not going to target any shorts. I'm only going to target longs and dip buys, and we're going to see how that goes. Which is against my, I shouldn't say silly rule, but generally speaking, since we're underneath VWAP and underneath the EMAs, we should be looking for shorts, but I don't want to. Sorry, just answering a text really quick. So still bear flagging here, which I gotta admit is tempting. But we're sticking to the plan, chat. We're sticking to the plan today. Only looking for dip buys.
Make me some money.
Trying to make Jackie some money.
What are they saying about your sound quality now?
They're loving it.
Okay, boys, we need to get ready to go. You need to cut your nails by it. Or you need to get your nails all cut. No, I want my nails cut. Let me see them. Let's see them.
Man, sorry, I'm making this boring now. I gotta get out of these texts. I get into text holds sometimes. I'm like, ooh, fire back, fire back, fire back. Not fire back, it's my buddy. You know, I'm explaining to him a situation. We're not, you know, it's a good conversation, but I'm trying to have him on the show actually sometime. I was hoping next week, but he's tied up with he owns a media company actually. He's very, very, very good at media. What's up, Bubba? You want to come say hi? Well, no, don't hit anything. You can come say hi, though.
Hi.
Say hi to the people. We were... Okay. Little Greg, yeah, man, that's my little homie. Hey, Wyatt, you had somebody wave to you. Somebody waved hi. Man, I gotta say, this bear flag is bear flagging. Right here is you don't see him, but you can see the chat. See? He said Little Greg. He called you Little Greg. His name's Wyatt. Wyatt.
My name's not Little Greg. My name's Wyatt.
Well, he doesn't know your name. I was telling him about your baseball game the other day, though. You guys crushed it. Champions. Alright, you get out of here.
Oh, Daddy, guess what?
What?
Your stinky winky dinky pants.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Right in front of the chat.
Right in front of the chat, just to help out my confidence. I'm a stinky dinky. What did you call me?
Stinky dinky winky pants.
Yeah, there you go. So, chop is real. 9:35. 15 minutes here of just going absolutely nowhere. On the 5-minute, it does look like a pretty juicy bear flag. On the 1 minute, it looks like consolidated chop. So, who the hell knows? Conflicting kind of signals. You almost want to take a long to get to the top of this, but again, when you're looking at a 5-minute, you know, who wants to do that? On the all screens. So, yeah, I mean, they are losing, you know. SPX just broke out of its 15-minute range. Qs are still kind of sinking down. NVIDIA, though, popped up pretty darn good. It looks like it's forming a bull flag. What did NVIDIA do yesterday? NVIDIA has a lot of room to run today. So that could be kind of like our galloping horse, right? If if Nvidia starts ripping up and these bear flags get invalidated, even though this one's kind of playing out, but if we can invalidate our bear flags here, IWM is hiding.
No, that's mine. It's for both. No, it's not. Dear God, Wyatt.
Why?
It's not for just you. It's for both of you. Do you understand?
Dude, yeah, it does look like a big move coming, man. Which, friggin' I don't know, right? I mean, it definitely looks like a short. Again, I'm going to stick to my plan. I'm not going to chase I'm not going to go for a short. Only dip buys today. Which kind of stinks because right now is honestly, you know, this is your dip buy, but I'm not going to buy into a bear flag. So I guess what we need now, which stinks based on the way I want to trade today, is we have to come up, break VWAP, we have to invalidate this bear flag, kind of come back down, retest VWAP, 640s, and then go up. So maybe we're looking for like a 640 buy up into the 8s. Maybe, baby. 126. Yeah, dude. I know, Charles. I know. I do have a bias. Yep. That's what I started off the stream saying too. Is yeah, man. And again, I admit you 100% shouldn't trade with the bias, but my bias is bullish. So I'm gonna go into let it guide me today. Yeah, man. I'm gonna try my best to stick to it. I haven't taken a short yet. I've only taken 2 longs today. Longy. Which this long, I got stopped out of this long. This actually was a decent little long too. This one was 37 points. 37 points in that guy. This one was okay. Unfortunately, I was riding 2 of them. I should have moved my stop. I really wanted to play the break even thing, and if we were going right then, you know, right then and there, we're good to go. But admittedly, again, beautiful bear flag playing out. But you know, that's when you almost create your own chop as well. If you, sometimes I flip-flop too much throughout the day. Yep, now I'm bearish, now I'm bullish, now I'm bearish, now I'm bullish, now I'm bearish. I've noticed that, especially when I'm looking at the 1 minute. Man, look at this. Actually, when you look at the 1 minute, that looks so confusing compared to the 5 minute. The 5 minute looks pretty straightforward. The 1 minute, you're like, holy shit. Juicy targets to the downside from Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's check out this 1 hour. Okay, so yeah, I mean Wednesday, admittedly, right? We have a target way the hell. Well, first off, we talked about these ones too. Our candle bodies at 500. That should provide decent support. So if we dip like crazy, that would be my first, maybe potential dip buy would be down to the 500s and see what kind of reaction we get back up. Otherwise, 418. I mean, we're dropping by hundreds. You know, 500 down to 418. Otherwise, Monday, I mean, yeah, now we're just getting crazy with it, you know. If she starts falling, then yeah. 500s, 418, 330, and then all the way down to 207. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. What's the thesis, right? We're so close to this point. You know, this is the consolidation period that we're mimicking. So this is back on November 25th. We were kind of consolidating that 500 to 800 point range. We didn't break it yet, though. So even if we were to go down, well, I guess there's two flip sides of that, right? You can always talk yourself in and out of everything. But I guess if the thesis is that we're going to go up, then you're right. Maybe we go down first, retest this, and then we go up. Or vice versa, if the thesis is we're going to keep going down, maybe we just barely pop above this, grab that liquidity, and then we have a crazy sell-off back down. Again, here's our all-time high. So this is the trend line that I drew. I don't even remember anymore. I drew this within like the first week or something, and it's basically held pretty darn, pretty damn good actually. Look at that. There's been a lot of major shifts right around that trend line. That'd be a big kaboom. It's 1,000 point. Be 1,000 points to fall to kind of where that would end up now. Yeah. Yep. Well, just waiting for it to get into our zone here. Which, there you go. Now our pretty obvious bear flag is starting to almost look like a bull flag, right? Now this is our flagpole. Here's our retracement. Here's our little pop above that line there. I don't know, maybe. We're retesting 600 right now. Man, again though, I guess I don't know. When do you enter? Again, probably the smart thing is you wait for it to break VWAP. It's got to go above, it's got to basically break that 640 kind of level. And then hopefully it doesn't just rocket ship all the way up to, 710. Hopefully it comes back, has a little bit of a retest, and then you can enter. Would be the hope. The hope and the plan. But yeah, I guess unfortunately there's nothing yet telling us we're going up.
My shorts match my shirt.
Ooh, except for here, this is our first time we got a lower low, higher low on the 1 minute. Lower high, 642. Yeah, I mean, we got to break 642. Get a break of 642, we'll get a change of character. Then with that change of character, hopefully we have a BOS, a break of structure, and then that confirms our up. Again, trying to be patient. Impatiently patient. 9:57. We only have 3 more minutes before our new. Oh, you know what I never do? I never look to see if we stinking have news, which I'm pretty sure we don't. What is today? The 4th. No, we don't. I don't believe we have anything till the 9th. Then we have our Jolt job openings on the 9th, so those are always fun. Get a little bit of chaos into this market. Here we go. When we're bored, we look at goats. Though the stinking things, man, lately they haven't been outside. This cold weather. Too chilly for them. What are you guys hiding? Yep. No excitement today. Oh shoot, actually look at that. So we did break. Oh, sorry. I moved it out of screen for you. So this was our higher low was right here, but nope, it just broke into a lower low. So we are still trending down. So we still don't want to touch the longies just yet. Right at the bottom of the, whoops, hold on again. Man, that gets a little tight. Right at the bottom of our 15-minute range now. If we break out of that 15-minute range, break down, 468 would be our 50% targeted move. And then our 100% kind of seems insane at the moment, but 388. Well, it just seems insane to me because of my stupid bias, right? A bias that we should not have. All right, let's take you off the goats. We're not seeing no goats anyways. Yeah, they're too cold, man. Too cold. Those two equal lows are the price target. Yeah. 420s is what you're looking for. Another meeting in 5 minutes. Too many meetings, man. Too many meetings. Though the meetings might help you. Could you imagine you put a trade on and then the meeting, you know, you can't really go back and look at the trade or anything like that. So you come back to a Lamborghini. So we broke our low, came down to 541. Two trades of the day so far. A little bit of a boring morning. But I guess base hits add up. As long as you don't screw them up with you know. Oh, love you.
Love you.
Love you, Bubbas. I hope you guys have fun.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
drinking
Pika. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I saw a reel last night from a trader that was like, huh, I gotta adjust these cameras. Like, some of it looks so different than other ones. But this trader that was saying that his best trades are always, and it's just what he's, you know, the way that he's adopted to trading now, is he sets his trade and then he walks away. He has to walk away from the computer. So he sets his stop loss, he sets his price target, and then he just walks away. And he lets the trade play out. Because he goes, like, the second he's in a trade, he says he becomes the dumbest motherfucker, you know, ever. His brain just starts screaming. He just starts, you know, convincing himself, nope, 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 nope. Man, yeah, you can see it. Look at this. That looks like a head and shoulders on the volume. But look at all that volume. It's all sitting right here. Right at the 640s. So that's what we gotta come up, pop. The hard thing is there's probably a lot of people stuck right here as well. So the second it comes up here, you know, that's the only thing that I'm struggling with as well. Even with bias, it's like, when do you actually enter? Like right now, I'd feel a lot better entering it, you know, 560 than waiting until a 640 entry. You're waiting 100 points. How does that make sense that you're waiting 100 points to enter? I think it makes sense. So we'll see. Maybe that's the difference between, you know, very profitable days versus choppity chop days, is patience and truly waiting for setups, you know. Like, I would love to, like I said, you could even jump in long now, but that's the mistake I guess I make too often, is without any confirmation we're going up, and purely just because it feels like it's a good discounted price, you'd enter long with a stop right below 640, and then you lose 20 points there. Boom. And then you try it again down here. Boom. And then you try it again. Boom. So we're going to try to not do that today. We're going to be patient. Sorry it makes it a little bit more boring. It's always that interesting give and take to this as well, is the entertainment value versus trading value. Like P-Dub doesn't have to give a shit, you know. He's making so much money that for him it's not about trading value. It's all about entertainment value, which helps out with the trading as well, because you can put on some fat trades, and then since you don't care about it, you can really milk some fat trades, or vice versa. You know, you can just blow up a bunch of stuff, and again, you don't care because you win in either way. Either way. So, I'm trying to lean today more towards not doing entertainment value and just throwing trades on, and more about, hey, let's get the profitable trades on that you feel comfortable and confident taking. See how that goes. Man, real low on the views today, though. Look at that. Only 8 views. 8 views today. This has been a little bit of a slower week. Friday was my all-time high, too. Friday we had 350. 350 views on a live. That makes me feel pretty darn good. This week, though, it's been like in the 40s. Hey, there he is. Giovanni Joe. What's up, brother? I appreciate you as always, man. Thanks for the good luck. I hope you're continuing to kill it as well. We're actually doing okay today. Not a huge day. We're up 126. We only made 2 trades. We're trying to stay patient today. Impatiently patient. And we're also testing out our brand new microphone. So you obviously came on. Very exciting day. Which that was funny too, man, right? It's one of those like holiday reels that you see all the time right now about, you know, here it is 20 days before Christmas and my husband went out and bought the only present that he wanted and now I can't get it for him type thing. Not that was the situation, but literally last night, you know, I'm complaining to my wife. I'm like, man, so this entire week the microphone has just been off. It's been echoing, it's been shit, it's been cutting in and out, it's been doubling up. So I was like, I gotta buy a microphone. I was like, I'm gonna get on Facebook Marketplace right now and see if there's any, you know, good deals and shit like that. Hell yeah, man. Definitely say go Bills. Now this one though, instead, look at that. Buffalo Bulls, motherfucker. So I was actually, I went to the University of Buffalo. I was a Division I track athlete. D1. I was insanely enough, I shouldn't say because of my complexion, but I guess because of my complexion, I was a high jumper, and I was quite good at it. I could jump 6 foot 9 inches or something like that, you know. So I was actually pretty damn good. Yeah. So that's where like I met my wife and everything too. I lived in like Horseheads, New York, Buffalo, New York, Niagara Falls, New York for the first maybe 20 years of my life, 21 years or something like that. No way. Grew up in upstate, dude. Josh Allen. Hell yeah, dude. I mean, which is sad because again, like the poor guy, he deserves it, right? Not that I'm not a huge, you know, I guess football fan. I don't know how to say that correctly. Like whenever I watch a Bills game, I get super friggin' into it, but I honestly like don't really follow the seasons or anything like that until playoffs, and then I'm 100% a bandwagoner, but just for the Bills. But I feel like Josh Allen really fucking deserves it. Like he just deserves it. He's a really good guy. He seems like he's a really hard working player, you know. He gets more touchdowns than his offensive line gets, it seems. So the last couple of years they've been so stinking close, but then get screwed at the very end. And now this year it doesn't even seem like they're so stinking close. This year it just seems like they're having a weird fucking season, right? Not a fan of the coach and they're failing him. He's a beast. Yeah, dude, he just doesn't have... Again, don't know what I'm talking about because I don't know anything about... I played football, but I don't really know too much about it. But, yeah, man, it seems like he's the only player half the time, you know? Literally when, like, your quarterback also has to be your best running back and also has to be your best quarterback and also has to be your best, you know, defensive guy in case fumbles happen and shit. It's insane to me. And then the other quarterbacks, too, always do the slide and stuff like that so they actually don't get hurt. And then this dude is just, like, blasting through. Just a line of meat. But yeah, all the kiddos get super into it too. They go over to our their grandparents' house, and they'll watch the games. They got their jerseys on and stuff. They're screaming at the TV. Man, so literally just been chopping, right? Chopping since 9:35. Almost 40 minutes here of chop. I'm definitely glad that I stuck to the 5-minute chart. I think that's helped reduce a lot of this noise. Like, this is a crazy barcodey day, right? Like wicks and candles and wicks and bodies and wicks and bodies and wicks and bodies and wicks and bodies. It's just so clustered. Gotta wait for a move. Broward County. Nice, dude. Actually, man, same thing. I'm just terrible with this stuff. Where the hell's Broward County? Broward. Oh, well, you're pretty far away, actually. You're still like 3 hours away. Damn, dude, you're right by the BDH. Did you put your name in the hat for it when he did the little contest? You're probably like, I don't even know. You're probably like 20 miles. Yeah, you did. Damn, dude. Well, sorry. I kind of feel bad that I got it over you. Sorry, man. Oh, and I so badly wish, and hopefully I'll get the opportunity to, but I so badly wish I could redo that entire experience, you know. Now that I actually know, again, not that I know what I'm talking about, but now that I kind of know what I'm talking about, I actually have a thesis, you know, around the market. I have ideas. I have whatever, you know. So I feel like I would do so much better now, especially just alone for the competitions, right? The competitions alone, I would do so much better. And I would just have such a much better kind of like idea and game plan. And I didn't know shit, man. I was just a wobbly deer in headlights. I was a newborn baby giraffe, basically, you know. Ginger picked me too. That was nice. Well, like Ginger picked like the top. I don't know. She picked her. They got like 600 applicants or something like that, and then Ginger picked the top 20 that she liked and sent them to Patrick, and then he chose the final 2 from there. Yeah, quick to take profit and held your stop loss for a full stop loss. Yeah, I agree, dude. And there was just so many, you know, kind of like even the ones that, you know, when I went to the bathroom at that one point, came out and then just instantly closed out my trade, and then it ran in the direction I wanted to run it in just a minute later. So yeah, there's so many things now that we could have done better. I mean, even just, you know, today alone, I got a 35-point trade. That would have been pretty damn good if I'd had that when I was there. Yeah, man. Yeah. It was, again, though, it was good entertainment value, right? People loved it. I liked that experience, too. It was fun. It was definitely a lot of fun. I mean, again, hopefully I'll get back there, or the vice versa. Hopefully I can get him up here. Yeah, I know. Literally, it was taking 2 to 3. Dude, man, right. It is what it is. You have to go through it. That was when I was on the BDH, that was I can't remember anymore. It was like my 8th day ever trading futures, right? So I was being honest. Like the second I left the BDH, I'd go home, I'd rewatch the stream, I'd take Patrick's course. I was trying to learn as much as I could so I didn't look as silly as I was looking, you know? So still just right down to the bottom of that 15-minute range, still just kind of messing with it, playing with it. I'm still kind of not interested in taking anything. But yeah, and then like shoot, I don't know, like 4 or 5 days after I left the BDH, I actually went to Ruben's house. You see like Ruben Garcia, he's in the PW chat all the time. So I went to Ruben's house, traded with him. He's actually a really effing good trader too. Like obviously Patrick's a good trader, like we talked about. He doesn't have to care about money or anything, so he puts on these massive trades, gets massive wins and things like that. Ruben is not a multimillionaire, right? Ruben owns a construction company instead, and he does very well with it. But he's just now really starting to trade or change all of his focus towards trading. And again, he's just really good. Like he just got his 5th Apex payout in a row, so they're about to send him to a live account, and he had to again like record himself doing it and stuff to prove that he was the one actually making the trades and everything. But yeah, phenomenal trader. The day I sat down with him, he made like maybe about 2,000 that day. But completely different. He takes maybe like, he'll trade all day sometimes, but he'll take maybe like 40 or 50 trades or something like that. And it's hard to keep up with him sometimes because he'll enter a trade and then a second later he's like, nope, I don't like it, I'm getting out. And he'll just get out. And you're like, whoa, what? And then a second later he's like, okay, it's good again. Now I'm going back in. But man, his rhythm, it just works for him. Oh yeah, man, exactly. You know, exactly. As soon as you get good, I mean, it's the dream, right? It's the dream job. Everybody wants to kind of know how to do it. You're having your money make money. It's the most beautiful American concept we have, right? Capitalism. Have money make money. Yup. Exactly, man. Exactly. Yeah, even actually my kid last night, because I finished this up and then I'm partners with that laser shop. So we have a big event coming up this Sunday. Actually, we're doing 650 tumbler cups for Krampus Fest. So there's this just crazy demonic like demon thingy on there. So ended the stream, went there. I was there until I don't know 7 o'clock at night. Kids go to bed at 8, so got home around like 7:20 or something like that. And my little one right before bed is like, Dad, do you really have to be a millionaire? Like, can't we just hang out? And I'm like, listen, man, no, I don't have to be. But at the same time, you do need money to be able to have financial freedom and flexibilities. And sometimes you got to work hard to get that money so then you can have that break again. I mean, I've had a very nice break now for 3 years now, basically, of not working. So this is the first time that I'm starting to jump back into, working and getting money and stuff again. And so the kids, unfortunately, don't fully understand it. They're like, you've been home for 3 years just hanging out with us. Now why all of a sudden? But that's life. But yeah, man, if you ever come up to Orlando, Giovanni Joe, look me up, bud. We can always do a stream together too. That's still are the goats good? Yeah, man. Let's switch over to the goats real quick. Let's switch over to the goats. But that's still a concept I've been mulling around, and I gotta work on it. Yeah, they're still in hiding. Sorry, man. They're still too chilly today. They don't want to hang out. But yeah, so literally, concept would be, and Charles loved this, I would have to add another screen to my setup, but I would love to start kind of co-hosting or bringing in a co-host like once a week or something like that, even if it's just a tap-in stream. So I guess I would send you guys I would have to send you the screen share. You dial into the screen share. You could use your laptop camera and stuff like that. And then you could choose what you share with me. Like, it would presumably be just your laptop camera and your Tradeovate screen. Yeah. And then we would co-host the stream for the day. So then I could kind of like interview you guys. We'd be able to talk back and forth. Everybody would be able to hear us. You'd have to use your microphone, maybe headphones or something like that, so there's not going back and forth. But, dude, right? I think a lot of people would, man. And so far, everybody that I've brought it to all says it'd be a good concept. I got to just do it. In all honesty, I just got to do it. Because I think that would help with viewership and everything, too. I think people would really resonate with it. And then, you might be one of the, not that we're big yet. We got 160 followers or something. But by being a follower, you have a chance, I guess, to be on a live stream. And maybe you don't, I don't know, maybe it's like OBS and figuring all that shit out and setting this whole stream up to begin with might be something that a lot of people don't necessarily want to do, but we have a lot of really good traders and they might want to jump on just for a day. So I just got to do it. I got to get the screen. I got to get another screen, input it in, find what kind of screen sharing site we can use and rock and roll with it. Damn, dude, IWM as we're just shooting the shit here, small caps ripping. Look at that. Yeah, they've just been on a huge uptrend lately. We kind of talked about that yesterday, and again, not that there's huge validity to it yet, but it's something that Ruben, again, taught me. He watches small caps, he watches IWM as well, because he says sometimes it's kind of a precursor to the market as a whole. If the small caps do it first, sometimes the rest of the market will follow. So since IWM is going up, the thesis is that SPX, Qs, everybody else should start going up eventually as well. We still don't have confirmation though. We've just been in this choppity range. 40-point range up and down. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry guys, boring day. I don't know, but I guess this is what it is. This is what teaches you patience too. 10:20. Yeah, once I get really good, I plan on starting something. Yeah, just want to help the community, you know? But to chime in for a few hours, say hello, sure thing. Hell yeah, dude. Exactly. Exactly. And I mean, that's the thing. In all honesty, and Patrick says it a million times too, just friggin' start it, right? Start the YouTube and see what the heck happens, because at the end of the day, that's a huge moneymaker in itself. If you can get the entertainment to work, even if the trades don't work, you can make a lot of money. Like, I don't know Nutty Bar too well. I just started following him. Seems like a really good guy. Seems like a great guy. He's got to be making a decent amount of money because he has, you know, I think, well, only 20,000 followers, but his payouts and everything else seem to be pretty strong. And then with his affiliate codes and stuff. But that's how he got started, I guess, is just by losing a lot of money. You know, that's he just started the stream. You know, and people were watching him for the entertainment value, seeing what he was doing wrong, all that kind of fun stuff. And he got a lot of followers, and now he's probably started, you know, making a lot of money off the affiliates. So I guess that could always be a concept too, is you don't even have to be good. I'm not good. I mean, I'm sometimes good, right? I shouldn't even say sometimes, because that sounds so dumb. I'm getting better and better and better each day. There's my confidence. Better and better and better each day. But I'm not at the point where I would say, hey, I'm at the point where I can teach people how to do this. I'm just really at the point where I can see market trends, I can see direction, I can call out moves. I'm not the best at following my own advice half the time, because then the emotional aspect kicks in. But that's all of us, right? But that's why I'm a little bit more proud of like a boring day like today. I've stuck to my plan so far. I said I'm only going to go long. I'm not going to take any shorts. And we've just been in this like choppy, chaotic mess ever since. I would love to take longs. There's a couple different times I wanted to take a long just because it seems like it's a discount zone. But then it pops back down and makes a new little lower low. Now here's the first thing that actually is interesting. We got our higher low officially, finally, but just barely. We got a little change of character right here. And this guy's finally giving us a buy signal. So who the hell knows? I mean, unfortunately, we're still stuck in the chop. So I don't think... I'm not going to chase it or nothing yet. But look at that. Hey, I appreciate you, Miguel. Appreciate the heck out of you. Yeah, man. You and your twin. I love it. Every single time I release a video, you guys always hype me up. Man, so Giovanni, that would be the next step of this thing too. Is I'm on 3 acres here, and we have our Airstream Airbnb that we just renovated, and like it's all set up and it's really nice. We've already had our first guest there. Actually, we've only had the bookings open for 8 days, and we've had 3 bookings already. Our next one is actually going to be next weekend for 2 days. Somebody's surprising his wife. Hopefully they're not watching the stream. Sorry to ruin the surprise, wife. But so the concept could be eventually, I don't know, we could have like not like a training camp, but like I don't know if I could know what it would be. Not like a mentorship camp or anything else. It would just be a cool, I don't know, a cool something, right? You get to come. We could trade for a day or two. You can help co-host the stream. You can stay the night in the Airbnb. That might be a fun eventual. Like, think about if Patrick was doing that right now. And his follower count is going through the roof at the moment anyways, but could you imagine? It'd be basically like, like Mr. Beast. He's saying like, if you subscribe, you might be a part of one of my videos. Same thing. If the BDH had a place to stay and everything else, and he started cycling through people. Not that he needs to, though. He would just get annoyed. He'd get annoyed by the people, like dumb people like me, like kind of how I was, where he's just holding your hand for every trade. Yeah, man, 100%. Sharing screen, people can see what's going on, but we all trade different. So here's a crazy concept, just because we're talking about crazy concepts. And again, fuck, man, glad I'm being patient. This thing gave us a change of character, gave us our buy signals, but didn't break the level we wanted it to break. And look at that, now it's shorting again. Huh. Oh, right. So here we go. Since we're just talking so stinking much today. I was watching another YouTuber's stream the other day. Big Daddy Max. There you go. Max Options Trading. And he did a reel where him and Llama were going through their chats win that day. And like just adding up everybody's screenshots of like, yeah, I made 700 on this trade, or I made 1,200 on that call out, or I made, $200 on that call out, whatever it was. He added all of that together, and it was like 50 or 60 grand or something like that. So could there be, and I just don't know how the hell to do it, right? But starting a YouTube channel that's called like The Collective, and somehow it would be a thing where, how you can do surveys and stuff like that. You could do a morning survey. Are we bullish? Are we bearish? So it'd be kind of on that concept, but it would take it way more in depth, where it would be like everybody that logged into that live stream would have to go through maybe 20 different questions of, are you bullish or bearish? Okay, so you're bullish on the day. What would your targets be? So your stop loss will be here. Your price target would be here. And then if you have a stream of like Patrick, 5,000 people logging in, you're getting 5,000 averages. It averages everything together to give you 5,000 collective brain power of, this is where we think, it's bullish or bearish. This is where we think stop loss should be. This is where we think target should be. And maybe every, I don't know, half an hour, you sent the survey again, and then it recalculates. That would be a huge curiosity. Could you imagine? And then seeing like, hey, is there just 5,000 idiots that are a part of this live stream? And so every single day we're just blowing up money and blowing up accounts? Or is it a situation where like the collective kind of figures it out? And then, you just have this movement of everybody growing together because the brain power is there. There's a guy I follow daily, starts at 10:30. Oh shit, we're losing. Basically what Giovanni Joe is telling us is we got a minute and a half left of him, and then he says, fuck y'all. Who's the guy, man? I gotta check him out. Or what's the handle? He says kinda. He's like, well, Greg, you haven't made a trade in 45 minutes here, but no, man, I'm glad you did. Thank you so much, and I thoroughly appreciate everybody. Miguel as well. I love that you guys pop in, pop out. It doesn't matter to me. The popping out and then back, whatever. Not saying it correctly, but I love that you guys pop in as many times as you guys can pop in. Absolutely beautiful. Love you to death. I trade more like his style. Hell yeah. Yeah, dude, let me know. Tell me his handle. Put his handle in the chat. I want to check him out tonight. Poor T is like done. Interesting. So we had a change of structure. We swept down, then we popped back up. Wow, they got a name. Ronch Capital. Sick, dude. I appreciate you calling that out. Let's check them out. See what this dude's about. ROENSCH. Ronch Capital. Oh wow, yeah, he's getting solid views too. He's getting like 2,000 a stream. One day. Learned a lot of patience through watching him in his Discord. Yeah, I'll check him out, man. We are subscribed. He just gained a subscriber. Look at that. Man, I mean, it shows money's entering. Money's. Still trying to be patient, though. Yeah, that was a big thing, too. Learning how to read candles, which I'm not obviously amazing at it yet, but it's something that I had never done up to 2 months ago as well. You know, not really paying attention to bodies or wicks or, you know, little liquidity. I mean, just range, right? Just stuck right in this 15-minute range. Broke it once just to get everybody all excited to rip up 100 points. Look at that. 520, almost 100. Just boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Shoot, guys. Boring day. Sorry. Oh. Let's see. Ooh, we're up to 157 subscribers now. Look at that. That's pretty exciting, right? Got 157 people willing to watch what you're attempting to do. When did you start? I mean, literally, man, BDH. Which really, you know, again, I feel bad that, you know, like for example, I was picked over you, but literally that was it. Like it's so just the quick like 2 minute, so I don't take up your 10:30 trading block here, but the 2 minute story is I was swing trading stocks 2 months ago. I was swing trading stocks, and I couldn't really find a lot of good channels that I liked that showed swing trading stocks. So I found just other live channels that ended up being futures trading without me even knowing that they were future trading. So like I stumbled upon Patrick, for example, and I saw the similarities in market direction of Nasdaq versus the Qs, and obviously saw the similarities in the Q's direction versus the single stocks I was trading, like Tesla and stuff like that. You know, if Q's went up, then generally speaking, market's going up, so Tesla's going up, and blah, 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 blah. So literally was following Patrick because for 3 days, I'd follow him for 3 days because I saw, you know, that, and I'm like, all right, if he's buying, then maybe I can buy Tesla right now. And then he put out that thing saying, hey, I'm willing to mentor anybody, you know, come on down to the BDH. So I sent him an email. I got the response back the very next day saying that I got selected, and I'm like, oh shit, this dude trades futures. What the hell are futures? And literally knew nothing about it, nothing about futures, you know? So it took me, I don't know, it was like 5, 6, 7 days of me, you know, watching him and trying to learn the futures market and the ins and outs of it and things like that. Like, I had to download. I had to even. So this is how crazy it is, man. I had to like Google search in ChatGTP like, what do people trade futures on? Then I found like Tradeovate, right? And then it's like, okay, like what prop firms do people use? And knew nothing about prop firms. So even when I showed up at the BDH, I showed up like 2 hours early, and I said that in the email that I'd never used a prop firm before, not realizing like it was futures and everything, and not realizing like shit, I had never even traded futures before, but I didn't put that in there. So yeah, man, it was like had to figure out what the hell futures was, figure it all out, then show up at the BDH, and then oh, that's what it was. Lost my train of thought. They're 2 hours early, and I'm like, hey, I don't have any prop accounts. Like, which one do I download? So I had to like create an account right there in front of him, and he's like, oh fuck, man, you're like new, and I was like, sorry. Yeah, man. I think we all discovered this at some point, right? Exactly, dude. Yeah, then I got so excited too because the guy's like, you know, buy, sell, stop filled. Gets all exciting. Man, so now we've had, yeah, I mean, an 80-point rip back up. It seems like bulls are trying to take control here. But technically, we're just right at the top of that range that we've been in now for the last hour. So, I don't know. I mean, again, it stinks. There's the mental game that we were talking about, is me wanting to be a dip buyer today, me wanting to go in long today, but then me also understanding that you can't just fucking dip buy, you gotta wait for confirmation. So I think the confirmation would truly be break above VWAP, which is like 618 now, break above VWAP, break that candle at 642, come back down, do a retest at VWAP at 620, and I think that's when we enter, hopefully for a ride up. Yeah, 5-minute chart hitting 20 EMA and VWAP is right there. Yep. Yeah, so that's what I would love it. I don't know. I think that's a good idea, right? Seems to make sense. You'd want it to break VWAP, come back, do a retest, then hopefully that's the rocket ship up. Look at friggin' IWM still. Broke their 15 and then blasted through their 100% price target. So yeah, long story short, I've only been doing futures for about 3 months. What a journey it has been. $6.26. Man. Just watching paint dry today. Oh, look who decided to join us. Oh, and there's Betsy in the background too. What's up, Bets? Sunny. That's our foil surfboard, which we obviously never use. It's too well, man, I gotta stop swearing so much. But it's too dangerous. So stinking dangerous, man. This is an old, like, dated one. It's like, I don't know, 15 or 20 years old. The guy that built my dock actually gave it to me for free. He used to be, like, sponsored by all these people. So it was before, like, the technology where they really give you the big wing underneath it. Like, it has the foil wing, but it's smaller. And yeah, dude, the second you get on it, it's just a little unstable. And there's been a couple times that when you fall, you gotta, like, dive away from this thing because this is almost like a razor sharp edge that'll just chop your foot off. Where you going, son? Son. Alright, let's switch. Alright, so it's doing everything that we talked about. We just broke VWAP. That's a good sign. I kind of wanted it to break this 642, come back, retest, and then we'll enter, is what I'm hoping for. So still trying to be patient here. What time is it? 10:40. We're almost to the top of that 1 hour body. Where's that body at? Body's at 631. We're touching the 1 hour EMA right now as well. So yeah, I still think it's a frustratingly gotta be patient. I mean, it would have been nice to have snagged that. But again, no confirmation. Frustrating. But now we don't want to fumble the bag, you know? You can't just FOMO along here and then it sneaks all the way back down that 100 points. Protect what we made. Here's an interesting one for you guys. Have any of you guys tried heads up? Hold on, let's see. Heads up, yesterday close is about 647-ish. 647. Yeah. I know, man. So I don't friggin' know, right? I don't friggin' know. And that's what I was kind of saying is I really wanted to break the 640s and then do a retest. But then you're right. If it breaks, you know, it could just grab liquidity there and then just sell off like crazy as well since we're at the midline basically. And that's what we're seeing right here is we do have a resistance trend line that's also at 642. This is just the big one. We got to break through 642, 653 with some good veracity, or we have to tap it, come back down, then start trending up. $7.30 was our pre-market. 7.12. Volume profile, that's why I peaked there. 50% of that sell-off move, yep. Yep. Wow, volume has been strong today though, huh? That's crazy, I didn't even notice that. Compared to, you know, like yesterday, I think we were at like the 4,000 or 5,000s yesterday. Oh, I guess we were higher than that. Oh yeah, never mind. We were higher than that. It just sunk down later. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking about. Oh, because this is the 5-minute. That's why. I'm used to looking at the 1-minute volume. Isn't it, huh? Yeah, that's what I was used to seeing. The 1-minute volume. I was like, fuck, man. I think we're usually between like the 3s and 4s. Huge volume right there. Man, this guy's still pushing. Hey, I appreciate you stopping in, bud. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the insight and everything else. And yeah, good luck today, man. We'll see you with your pop in sometime tomorrow. You. Oh, is that Supian? Sorry, I missed you, bud. Thank you so much for stopping in. Good to see you, man. If you're still here, good to see yous. All right, so shoot, man. I don't know. Here's the thesis right here, right? Like I said, I wanted it to kind of break the 640s, which it didn't. It went up to 639. Then I wanted to have a retest of the EMA, which is kind of having right now. So, was this enough? I guess not really. We really wanted it to break 643 for that confirmation. Hmm. How's it looking on the 5 minute again? Yeah, you almost wanted to, I guess, retest the 600s. Yeah, man, price action a little not good today. Which, again, I'm proud of myself for kind of staying out of it, you know? This has just been a whole crazy hour and 15 minutes of consolidated chop. And technically, we're just now at the top of this chop range, so kind of like Giovanni was saying too, this could just be it could be a strong rejection off the 640s. All right, we're gonna pee, and we're gonna make some tea. on in, you nut. Oh, come here. Come say hi to the people. Come say hi to the people. Come here. Twin in the house. Yo, Jose. Dude, I was, oh, sorry. I was laughing yesterday, too. Because, not laughing, but I was watching Patrick's stream after hours, right? So, I mean, again, I just like to go in and see, I made this decision today. Like, did he make the decision? Or what were the decisions he made versus my decisions and all that other stuff? And during his stream, he brought up the chat and everything. And I saw you, Jose, in the chat. I can't remember what you said, but it was like a hyped out thing that you always say over here, too. You're just like, let's go. And I was like, there he is. There's the boy. Hi, you. It was this big old bear's birthday yesterday. He's 1 year old now. Big, giant, stinking thing. So, my God. Always. Man, always just good reminders for us to be patient here. I really wanted to enter, you know. I wanted to see it break the 640s, do a VWAP retest, and then we were going to join the party up. And it hit 639. It didn't actually break. Kind of like Giovanni was saying, we kind of had to break like the 640, low 650 range, then come back, pop up. It didn't. So it rejected hard off that zone to come down, you know, 70 points here. Let's go. Is gorgeous. Jose. What? Oh, the dog, man. I don't know. Sometimes I get like, yeah, I guess I probably have like a sprinkle of ADHD or ADD, one of those, you know, just to keep me exciting. So the last thing in my brain was that I kind of remember talking about was really like Jose and stuff like that, my little story there. I forgot that I had just showed my dog, and then you wrote, he's gorgeous. And I was like, Miguel, it's kind of a weird thing to say about your brother. I was like, like, as much as, and I don't have a brother, but as much as I like my brother, I don't think I would randomly tell somebody, like, hey, by the way, my brother's gorgeous. It's like, fucking what? What, Miguel? Yeah, man, thank you. He is gorgeous, right? He's such a good pop. Ugh. And I haven't had a big dog in so long. Like, I had a, oh, what is it? Jack Russell Terrier. We had 2 Jack Russell Terriers, and then we had a teacup Yorkie. So we went into our small dog phase where we had a 5-pound teacup Yorkie. And then right now we actually do have a 7-pound Chihuahua that we had at the same time as the Yorkie. But yeah, we because we have the goats and ducks and stuff like that. So we went to Tractor Supply, I don't know, like 8 months ago or something, to pick up a trailer and pick up some goat feed and stuff. And there was a guy actually selling poodles just like in the parking lot. You know, it's one of those situations where you say no because you're a guy, right? You're like, no, we have a, you know, at the time we had a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old, and we have the Chihuahua that's 10 years old. And I'm like, we're not going to get a puppy, guys. Like, it's not going to happen. So we leave Tractor Supply, and it took us like, I don't know, 8 to 10 hours or something to do everything we needed to do with the trailer. Oh, fuck, look at this wick coming back. We might. Man, I don't want to, I've been talking about don't FOMO stuff all day. Then I see this wick right here, and I'm like, that's a nice wick. Basically, long story short, though, we get back to Tractor Supply, and the dog is still there. All of his other brothers and sisters had sold, and Jet was the only one left. And it was just one of those things that we were still saying no, still saying no, still saying no. We go out, we talk to the guy for a half second. We're like, hey, you're going to come back tomorrow kind of thing. I'm like, fuck it, we're getting the dog. And then the kids are celebrating, everybody's celebrating, we're super excited. So his weight, he's like, I mean, he's big, but he's not huge big, I guess. He's just big to me. He's like 60 pounds now, I would say. So big dog, but I've also seen people that have poodles and their poodle is like 100 pounds. Like even, max options trading. He has like 100-pound female poodle. I'm like, holy shit, man. If this dude gains another 40 pounds, which I don't think so, he's already a year old, but I really don't want a 100-pound dog if I'm being honest. Oof. Alright, so what do we do today? Friggin' nothing, man. 940. That was our last trade. Our last trade was an hour and 5 minutes ago. I don't know. I guess it is what it is. Miguel, do you have any pups? What kind of pups you guys got? Might as well watch the squad while we wait. Shoot, man. I don't know. What a thing, right? I guess shorts was the way. I just had a bad feeling about shorts today. Just didn't want to do any shorts. But look at that. There was the trend line we were talking about. We came up, respected the trend line, bunked its head, popped back down. This is the 5 minute we're looking at. Here's the 1 minute looking a lot scarier. Which I've liked that today. I've, kind of transitioned from using the 1 minute to... I think I'm going to utilize the 5 minute a lot more. Because there is just so much noise here and it just gets me too excited. $600... 637. I don't know. I mean, there's moves in here. Like this is a pretty obvious bull flag. But that's hard to take that bull flag when you're right at the top of basically our consolidation chop zone. Then you break it with one candle, so that gives you a little bit of confidence. You're right up here, but then this candle is the move, Then you miss the whole stinking move, then you're FOMOing into this move. So I don't know. Just not good setups, right? Maybe I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but just doesn't seem like very good setups today. Yeah, I don't know. This confirms it. This is just barcodey chop. Barcodey chop. Chop, 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 chop. Choppity, choppity, chop. You have one little breakout to immediately be absorbed. And then you get a little bit excited in the bull run, but then it doesn't even break your, these candles. So we watch our goats instead. What's up, girls? What you girls up to today? And yes, they're alive. They're not statues. There you go. You finally just saw an ear wiggle. Look at that, man. They don't move at all. They're the friendliest things, though. The second they see a car, see a person walking towards them, they'll jump right down. They'll run up to the fence. They'll start blatting at you, getting all excited, hoping for a little pellet or something. Hey, what's up, John? How we doing? You have a 20-pound poodle, too. Yeah. You've seen Lucid Flex. You don't need to buffer. And any other prop, you need to buffer. Huh, no, I'm not actually that familiar with it yet. And what do you need specifically by you don't need to buffer? About to have a new 1 hour candle in 30 seconds here. So let's see what this 1 hour brings us. The previous 1 hour, pretty ugly. Just confirms the uncertainty that we've been dealing with here. Lucid is actually what we're trading right now too. No, these aren't Lucid. These are Legends. Sorry, I'm trading Legend today. Let's see. The goats. What up, Melly? I know, right? We've just been having a day of chop today. Just a choppity day. We've literally been ranging and chopping since market open. We've only made 2 trades today. 2 trades, both profitable. But now we're just watching goats. Our goat statues. They're pretending like they're not alive, but they are. You'll see a flick of an ear or something soon. The goats are almost as boring as the stinking chart right now. It's too cold. They're having a strike. Whoops. I owned goats for 10 years. No way, dude. Nice, man. What kind of goats do you have? These ones are Nigerian dwarfs. We got them last Christmas and surprised the kids with them. Cali is cold as fuck. Yeah, dude. I couldn't even imagine. Cali seems like it's got a lot of crazy stuff happening over there. Huh. Yeah, I don't get the buffer thing, man. It looks like maybe it's and this might be old information that I'm reading, but it seems like you need to double the profit, though. Because you don't have a buffer, you got to double the profit. At least you had Arnold as governor. That's kind of interesting, right? I remember that election, too. That was crazy. It was like, man, Arnold was an option. There was a girl that used to be a stripper or a hooker or something like that from Las Vegas that was an option. There was a couple different just crazy options for that the election that Arnold ended up winning. LA. Seeing if the ducks are doing anything. It's really hard to see out here, though. This Zoom is just not working great. This market still isn't doing anything. It gave us one little hope. One little hope that it was going to go up. And then came back down. What is that? I guess shorts was the stinking way. Son of a gun. Which that was me yesterday, right? Yesterday I was like, all right, if we're underneath... If we're underneath VWAP, we're underneath EMAs, we're looking for shorts, vice versa. We poked above it for a sec just to grab liquidity, and then boom, back down. So today was definitely a choppy day, but this is one of those trend is your friend different, type things. I guess with all that resistance between the 40s and 50s, it might have been a, I don't know, safe short. Live and learn, live and learn. So we'll have to see what it does now, though. Is it just going to sink? And are we actually going to come down to our price targets of like, shoot, yeah, like 420s? The 50% move. Would be so I guess maybe 470 would be our 50% move first. It's starting to break out of it right now. Previous day low, 420s, and then 100% would be that 386. So we'll see. Is this the fake out again? We had a fake out here, pop back up, 100 points. Or is this where it's going to break and run? How do you like the new microphone today, guys? Hopefully the voice is coming through a lot better. A little bit more crispy. A little smooth chocolate coming out. Smooth chocolate coming out. That sounds weird, doesn't it? It's probably not the right thing. I'm in Sac and it's 40 degrees. Yipes. Yo, I can't even deal with that anymore. Are you still bullish? Fuck you, Charles. You son of a gun. I literally was just kind of talking about that too. I mean, I haven't taken any shorts yet. Honestly, I haven't even taken any trades. My last trade was at 940. I was bullish. If you had asked me, are you still bullish just 4 minutes ago? I would have said yeah. I like this little push up. We were waiting. We were waiting for a little bit of break of the 450, a little, retest bounce, and then I was hoping to join it. Luckily, we didn't. We didn't add in. We didn't do nothing. We just sat here and then kaboom. So, yeah, I guess I looked at this the wrong way. I should have stuck to the original thesis of if you're below, then you can short. If you're above above EMAs, look for longs. But it's just been so, I don't know. We've just been going up, Even though we have some chop and some down days, we've just been going up and up and up and up and up. And it seems like the Microsoft news didn't really pop any bubble, In fact, if anything, reading the different comments on it, it seems like Microsoft is one of the least favored AI options anyways. I guess they've done a terrible job with their kind of AI rollouts and everything. So Microsoft has been performing pretty poorly for most of the beginning of the year, right? I'm probably putting my foot in my mouth now. I haven't looked in a while. Yeah, I mean, down 14% over 3 months. Even over 6 months, it's down 1%. This year, it's down 3. So yeah, Microsoft's just been having an off year anyways. So people decide they didn't care. Hmm. 505. We came down. We tested 5. Yeah, that's a strong little shelf there. Sorry, this looks so crazy for a sec, but we're just looking at, hit this peak. We're just barely above that peak. You're going to see there's a pretty good shelf right there. 40-point response back up. You know that stupid feeling, especially when you're trading and you haven't made a trade in a little bit, and then you just start getting too antsy. So you just have a feeling that that next trade is going to be a bad one because of that antsy feeling that you just want to put the damn trade on, so it's not going to be the correct one. That's how I kind of feel right now. Like, we really haven't done anything today, right? We're up 130, that's it. We haven't taken any trades in the last hour and a half, basically. So I'm super friggin' antsy right now. I just want to put a trade on. But I got that feeling that the second that I put that trade on, it's definitely going to be the wrong one. And then that's going to be that tilty vibe, right? Where you're like, ah! You just get so intense about it. You're like, ugh, why'd I do that? And then you decide to sit here for another 3 hours while you blow up that account. You're like, fuck, instead of me being up 130, now I'm down 40. All right, we can make that back. Now we're going to do 10 trades in the next 2 minutes, even though we've only done 2 trades in an hour and a half. So that's how I'm feeling now. So probably a good thing for me to honestly, even though I didn't do much today, probably one of those annoying things that you should probably just walk away. Because I've just been sitting here waiting. And there's literally no reason to go long right here. It would just 100% be a, you're just hoping for a little reversion pop-up gamble, basically. Which it'll probably do. But what's that probability? Like 66%? Because now you're going against the trend. All day trend, hoping you're right. How big is my area? We got 3 acres actually here, man. 3 acres. We're on John's Lake. We got a really, really nice lake in our backyard. Yeah, it's honestly a gorgeous property. I absolutely love living here. One sec, let me bring it back up since we're not trading anyway, son of a boot. Let's bring this over here in case something exciting actually does happen. Bring this back out. But yeah, so like this is my driveway, for example. So house is back in this direction. You know, it's south of what you're seeing. House is there. Actually, right behind us, south, is the Airstream. We have an Airstream with an RV like port. So it has a metal, you know, aluminum roof above it and everything. So we've got the 220 hookups. We have the septic system, a secondary septic system that's actually right here in the goat pen. So that's for the RV. Nice barn tack room. The ducks are down here. Then our fence stops here, but there's a half acre on the other side of this before the road. So we have road, half acre buffer of land. Then this is about an acre in this direction coming back to where the house is. And then we can't see it at all, but then there's a huge open acre to the left here on the other side of this barn that's just like this. It's a giant black fence, but it goes from like kind of where this would be to, I don't know, way down here. Like it's just huge. It's just massive. And it goes all the way up past this half acre section. It goes all the way up from the road all the way back to basically this fence line here. So fence line all the way up to the road. That's where we have our go-kart track. So we have a go-kart track. We just basically, we mowed into the grass like the track, and then we just keep mowing it. And so it's a field out there, and the grass and the weeds and stuff is probably like a foot tall, minus the go-kart track. So it's super cool, man. You can really rip through there. And obviously if you drift out or anything like that, make a bad turn, you're just blasting through grass. So it's not a huge deal, though it kind of sucks because when you blast through grass, there's all the like just bugs and spiders and grasshoppers, and you'll have just all of this shit just flying all of a sudden. I'm short already. Well, yeah, 1.5 hours with no trades from you is more like, wow, dude, right? So again, listen, guys, we're trying to work on stuff here. A big thing we're trying to work on is our patience. And that's what we're seeing here. I mean, I'm not even, so I'm trading off the 5 minute today instead of the 1 minute. That's helped out the patience a lot. That helped out with the 2 winning trades that I had, because they were small sizes for the 130 that we made. Like one was 35, 37 points or something. But yeah, I know, I almost jumped into this one, but I didn't have my confirmation yet. And I would have been so disappointed, right? But now here we are again. I mean, this just seems like almost like an easy long at this point, but there's not confirmation. So these would all just be my kind of like gamble trades that I'm like, ooh, let's jump in quick, and maybe this is the time it'll pop up just a quick 10 or 15 points, and then I can get out. And so those are the trades I'm trying not to do anymore, because those are the trades that seem to always go against me. And again, this could just be like a bear flag forming, and I'm just wrong about the longs. But then subsequently, the reason I decided not to take shorts today is this is where I kind of like jump in short. I'd put my stop right above it, like 587. And then this is where it decides to blast back up, because the overall market over the last 10 days is bullish, right? So you're trying to fight an overall large trend with small daily trends, if that makes sense. And I think that's why the upside is getting these bigger kind of random pushes, because the market as a whole wants to go up. It's just having these little downtick days is my thesis. So then actually the thing I really got to do is, I don't know if I'm going to make a trade today or not for the rest of the day. I'm probably going to walk away at 11:30 here, just so it's not another 45 minutes of me just talking and not trading, because I don't know if that's good for the stream. But I got to make sure I don't go to the laser shop, pop open this computer, then decide, now we're here. Let's sneak another one on. And then watch, I go from being positive to blowing all of my shit up. And it's not on stream. Look at these goats. What are you stinking goats doing? That's been the fun thing about having the poodle, too. Having a big dog, finally, instead of my little dogs, usually. Is every single morning, he comes out with me to let the goats out. And the dude just flies, right? Whoops. He just looks like a horse galloping around here. Which, now that he's big, the goats just instantly run away and they'll hide in their little house. Oh, man. The red, see, again, ADD, right? The Red Ripper, that's what we call him, just ripped by on the lake. Which it's cold. It's like 50 or 60 degrees here. No, it's probably like 60 or 70 here. But the lake temp's got to be cold. So nobody's been boating for the last couple of weeks. And this guy got a brand new Axis A22 last year. First boat ever must be. He has no idea how to drive it. And he's such an aggressive, dangerous driver. Like, he'll fly at like 35, 37 miles an hour with all of his kids on the front of the bow. And they're hitting waves and stuff like that. And the kids are jumping, floating out of their seat and then slamming back down. And 100% there's going to be a day where a kid falls off the front of it. So he's a little bit of a menace. But yeah, the Red Ripper just ripped by. Sounds like fun. Same, yeah, mess up trades when I overtrade. I know. Like, I don't know the day that I'll be comfortable with showing, people will show their monthly P&Ls. So it'll be like, hey, I made 100 today. I made 300 this day. I lost 100 this day. I lost, or I made 1,000 this day. So well and good to show P&Ls, but the thing that I'd be most embarrassed about is you would see like, hey, Greg made 12 trades today. And then on Tuesday, he made 137 trades. And then on Wednesday, he made 15 trades because he learned his lesson. On Thursday, he made 3,926 trades. It's like, fuck, man. I don't want people to see that stuff. Which, again, I've gotten way better at doing that. I don't really do it as much anymore. Like here, what is today? Now, the big difference is I'm doing micros. So it's showing more trades, but, 6 trades so far today instead. Which technically was only 2, but with, batches. 66% though, that's honestly not great. Usually I'm better. Usually I'm in like the 75s to 80s. But I got stopped out on one of them for break even as well. Yeah, boring day. Boring day. You winning already? Hey, I appreciate you, Miguel. Yeah, honestly, the last 2 years, 2.5 years, been an absolute dream, It's been a pretty darn good ride. Everyone who overtrades is not good. Can't fight the market. Copy trade 3 to 5 accounts, 20 points, minis, and done. Yeah. Yep. I know, and honestly, so that's the concept I need to get back to. When I first started this stream or channel 3 weeks ago, I was only doing minis. I wasn't doing micros at all. And I was having much better overall days, I would say. I was having the $600 and $700 days. But then conversely, I was having the $800 or $900 loss days too. So you just blow up the account real quick. So what I found is my entries were okay, but I wasn't holding stuff. I was cashing out after 3 to 5 points on a mini because, you see like $100 and you're like, fucking woo! Hit that gray button, exit and close all. But then, because I wasn't holding the winners long enough, the losers catch up too quick in a massive way with minis, right? So scaled down to micros to try to train myself to hold longer. And that's what we're doing finally. We're finally holding, like today was a 37-point trade, but we've hit like 60 points, 70 points. My biggest one is like 105 points or something like that. So we're getting close to being ready to switch back to minis. But now my only thing of caution is because I went to micros, I also found that I started the trade too early, right? Because I'm like, hey, it's just a micro. So I can take a 30-point drawdown, no big deal. Let's enter the first micro now, and if it drops 30 points, then I'll enter the second micro, and if it drops another 30 points, then I'll enter the third micro, and then eventually we'll be right. And those trades have worked out, but you can't do that with a mini, right? If you're, if you enter the first mini and then you end up dropping 30 or 60 points, like that's it, you're done. So it'll be interesting. So sooner than later, we got to switch back to minis, and we got to get back to more of a one and done mentality where you're right. You see the setup, kind of like today, If this had been a mini, that's a massive day, right? Not a massive day, I'm sorry. But if that's a mini, that's a decent, at least, trade. $450 right there, right? So if you've done that with two of them, or again, if I was using minis, maybe I'd be up like 700 or 800 again instead of just 130. So we're getting there. We're slowly getting there. This is finally, look at this, man. Look at that push. Push off of 506. We're up 80 points now. We got a little resistance here. Little resistance line. Basically 593, 600. So I don't know. Our VWAP came all the way down to 600, so that's pretty darn nice now. So I guess now we'd want to break maybe 600, come back down, retest VWAP at 600, and then maybe we'll have the power to break through that 640 range. But I don't know, man. Yeah, again, it's 11:30. It's probably one of those things that now I've just overthought everything. I've sat out too long. I don't have a short mentality when we've been shorting all day, so I probably shouldn't take a trade. Though look at this W. Watch this W-shaped recovery. The biggest and the largest. As I just get a notification that the D-Money show is starting right now. Which, that's early. Man, still chugging up. Still feeling a whole bunch of FOMO. I guess we could have been safe with our little longie down there. We got a ascending triangle here, or ascending wedge, right? Ascending wedge. Whole bunch of noise over on the 1 minute. I mean, we got a lower low, we got a lower low. Here we go. Here's our 600 push. Shoot, man. Again, I don't know. Feels silly sitting out that whole move. So basically 140 point consolidated range. 140 point consolidated range. Tough one today. Lower low, lower low. Look at this. Liquidity sweep popped up. Another liquidity sweep, basically the highs. Break back down, same thing. So we're going to bunk our head right here. We're going to push through. We're going to break. Boring, 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 boring. There's a rejection from the 600s. Man, watch. Is it going to come all the way back to the fives? Yeah, today was a short every pop day. And that was not my bias. And that screwed me up. I guess you got to enter days without biases. 11:30, 11:26. I don't know. We'll give it 2 more minutes. See if anything shakes out in 2 minutes. Otherwise, I think we got to call it. Melly, what song was I whistling? Oh no. So again, that ADD. I have no friggin' idea. I wish we could mic you up so you could whistle it back to me. In all honesty, it was probably, I don't know, it was probably like a little kid's TV show theme song. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, usually I have that stuff riddling in my head, like Paw Patrol or the Miles theme song. Yeah. It's like Miguel earlier telling me that his brother is gorgeous. Miguel saying Jose is gorgeous. Man, another weird one, as you know, as I've gotten older, is the dyslexia. That'll kick in once in a while. That's always a fun one. Hmm. Yeah, seems like she wants to just sink on down again. Something is coming. I agree. I agree, Jose. I mean, my God, we've consolidated for all day, 2 hours. 2 hours of consolidation. I could see. Well, no, it's kind of. I mean, I'm just wrong. I was thinking maybe a W recovery. We're just going to see a huge but yeah, which is strange because again, we don't have. Prove me. Well, I mean, not prove me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't believe we have any news until the JOLTS report, and that was like 5, 6, 7 days from now or something like that. It almost seems like we're waiting for news, right? It's like we have FOMC is tomorrow or something. So today is just like we don't know, blah, 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 blah. Very frustrating day. At least, hey, listen, we got to really work out this microphone today. We really got to test it today. We tested it. It sounds great. We love it. It worked. So it's a good day. Which I don't even think I finished that story, but that was basically it. Last night complained about microphone, said I needed microphone, started looking at Facebook Marketplace to get a microphone, and then my wife, leaves the room really quick and then comes out with an Amazon, bag and throws it at me, heavy bag. I'm like, the hell is this? And she's like, well, it was supposed to be for Christmas, but since you talked about it and you need it now. And I was like, no way. Right? Super exciting. I was like, yeah, she gets me. She's a good girl. Super fun. I mean, again, we've been together married for 10 years. I don't know how long we've been together. We've probably been together for like 14 or 15 or 16 years or something like that. I met her in college. Though, crazily enough, right? Let's go. Crazily enough, she was my girlfriend's at the... Fuck you guys. She was my girlfriend at the time's best friend. And I was living with that girlfriend as well. How horrible of a person am I? So I was literally living with this girlfriend. We were dating for about 2.5 years or something like that. And I don't know. It was like we never really hung out, even though she was my girlfriend's best friend. She was still my girlfriend at the time. Was a little bit of a recluse. She only had like probably 3 friends. And this one was one of her best ones though. You know, but I still didn't, we never really hung out that often. I never really saw her that often. So I didn't really know her that much. And then it was maybe like a year into it, I think, that I really got to know my now wife. And I was like, man, this girl's really cool, you know? And like, we had so much in common. And it was like, man, a whole bunch of weird stuff. Like, here's another weird story for you as this market is thinking about pushing. We had my girlfriend at the time and I had a teacup Yorkie as well. And it was a puppy. It was only maybe like 6-7 months old at the time or something like that. And this is so confusing, right? Now my current wife showed up to the apartment that I shared with that girlfriend, and our dog ended up having a hyperglycemic attack, or however the hell you say that thing. Like his blood sugar just completely bottomed out, and we had to take him to the ER and stuff like that. And they explained to us that's what happened, and they're like, yeah, he probably just got way too excited about something. Sometimes they feed off owner's energy as well. So if you guys had a really exciting day today, or if there was something you're really excited for, he could have felt that energy, and maybe that's what gave him the attack. And my girlfriend started looking at me at the time, because the only thing that had changed is like my current wife had come over. And I guess I was very excited to hang out with her and see her, because at the time I kind of liked her, you know, even though I was with my girlfriend. So supposedly maybe that put our dog into like a friggin' shock thing, because he was going off of what I was feeling. But yeah, so crazy story there. But yeah, it took me, I mean, our families were intertwined and stuff like that. And I was living with her, so it did take me a while to break it off with her. But yeah, broke it off with her, was with my wife. I don't even know, like 5 days later we were hanging out and partying and having fun, and yeah, basically rest is history. Damn, man. So still just sitting on these longs, still just talking. Probably should have taken that trade back here. But we do have at least a new higher low. If we can get a change of character, or if we can like base off this, if we can base off like 565, retest 565, then pop up, maybe that'll give us a little bit more momentum to actually break through this whole thing. 5 minute is looking like a doji at the moment. Yeah, gang, I think I gotta call it, right? Yeah, I think I gotta call it, because it's 11:30 and I just got that feeling, right? I just know it. Like, I got that feeling that I want to put on a trade so badly. I want it to be a long, and I want to be right. And we've been shorting all day, and we got this resistance point and everything else. So I just know I'm going to enter a trade. I'm not going to have any confidence in the trade. I'm going to feel all nervous about it. I'm going to take it early. I'm going to take a loss, and then I'm going to go on tilt. So instead, we're going to be smart about this. And we're going to just chop it up to a fun day. We made 130 bucks. We had some good conversations. We had some good laughs. Fuck, as I'm thinking about it. And then look at this. Now this nice little bull flag is starting to form. That's what I'm talking about, though, chat. This is where my AA, sponsor needs to call or something like that for traders. Not that I'm in AA, and I don't mean to joke about it in any type of means or anything like that. But I need my addiction sponsor to call me right now and say, "Listen, Greg, get the hell away from that keyboard. Get away from them keys." That happens to me when I go to the laser shop too. I bring my computer with me because I use it to run the lasers and stuff. And my partner comes over, he'll see that the chart's still up. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing over there? Shut it down." I'm like, I know, guys. I'm trying to shut it down. All right, I know. I just start fucking itching, Yeah, real nice looking bull flag. Son of a gun. What would our stop be? 71. Oh, I don't want to do it, but I want to do it. It'd be so silly. Yeah, we can't do it. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe. No, I gotta be safe about it because technically, I'm an idiot, right? I'm just trying to target longs and I shouldn't be. If anything, you should be shorting right now with a stop at 640, even though that's a 50-point stop. That's a big ass stop too. But no, the only way you should go long is if it truly breaks 639. And even though I think it's gonna do it, that's not a reason to enter long. All right, we talked ourselves out of it, into it, out of it, into it. I love you guys to death. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. It truly is a pleasure. I like getting to talk to you guys. I like sharing my thoughts. It helps me trade as well. Had I not been talking to you guys, I definitely would have made 1,000 trades today, right? And we're quite barcodey and choppy, so I don't know how that would have ended up. But even now, it's like, man, I just keep looking. 25, 600, maybe get that one little hero trade in right before we leave. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Melly, Jose, Miguel. Love you guys all to death. Oh, man, let's riddle them off. Today's the day. We're actually going to thank everybody. Let's see. Who else we got? We got John in here, Giovanni. We really appreciate you guys. Oh, man, I'm going to end up missing somebody because I'm starting to scroll too fast. Charles, Miguel, I'm sure I've already said ya. Brian, Jose, all you guys, man. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. And yeah, we'll see you again 9:25 bright and early tomorrow morning. Ew.